Good morning, friends. We are going to see about suppression of the Jesuits. What happened? For some period, Jesuits were suppressed. So, what happened to them? Let's see. So, as you know, Jesuits, it's one of the 16th century religious congregation which emerged to help the church in various ways, to renew and expand the church. The founder is Ignatius of Loyola. In 1540, Paul III agreed to the constitutions of the society. So, Jesuits had various enemies, rationalists, free-thinking groups like Jansenists, Gallicans, legalism, and all. Why they became enemies? Because Jesuits were the defenders of the faith. They were not going along with other groups like which we saw a little earlier, like rationalists, Jansenists, Gallicans, and all. They were free-thinking groups. Sorry, they were Jesuits were defenders of the faith. They just defended the faith of the church. So they were fighting against the errors, even in the society, even in the convents. They were fighting against the errors, and they were defending the rights of the people. So these things made their reputation little high, so that other people like rationalists, free-thinking groups, Jansenists, Gallicans, and legalism, those people they hated Jesuits. So first everything started in France. Enemies hated Jesuits, like as I said, for their rivalry in theology and their mission. So they had some contradictions with the theology and their mission, and the monopoly of education. That Jesuits were doing the ministry of education, so they had the power over that education things. So these enemies they were hating Jesuits, but though it happened in France, the suppression started in Portugal. In the first, Portugal is the first to make definite move against Jesuits. The prime minister, he is a dictator. His name is Marquis of Pombal. He hated the mobility of the church. Why he hated that? Because he felt it's an obstacle for his reign. Okay, why he hated that? Because this should be coming here. So he hated because he felt it's a threat to his power. Especially he hated against Jesuits because Jesuits are very influential and they were influential in nobility and the condemnation of malpractices. They were condemning all the malpractices which are happening in the society. So the important person is the prime minister, who is a dictator, is Marquis of Pombal. He hated them because Jesuits were against Pombal because he was doing some malpractices in the society. In Portugal, in the early 1750, there was a revolt of natives. The natives they started a revolt, which gave way to the Paraguay settlement. But the authorities they blamed Jesuits. Jesuits are the reason for this, and Jesuits are behind it. So these accusations from the governing body, all those people they made many accusations against Jesuits, and they sent these accusations to Rome. In 1758, what happened? The king's life was an attempt was made on king's life. They tried to kill the king's life, but the accusation went to the noble persons. So now actually what happens, as we saw a little earlier, they were influential in nobility. So Jesuits are everybody thought Jesuits are the backbone. Jesuits only proposed to kill the king. So finally, all people against Jesuits. As a result, Jesuits were seized. They seized all the Jesuits' property, and the expulsion of Jesuits to the colonies in 1759 Every Jesuits were sent to the colonies, and some of them were in prison. So some of them were in prison, all others were sent to the colonies. And papal states gave refuge to 1,100 Jesuits. So this happened in Portugal. The governor, the PM, he did malpractices, so they were against. So he was thinking that church is as obstacle for his reign, obstacle for his power. So what happened? Generally, in revolt, they took Jesuits, they accused Jesuits, and afterwards an attempt was made. They accused noblemen, and they thought Jesuits are behind it. So finally, they came to the solution that the Jesuits should not be, no longer should be there in Portugal. So now again we are going back to France. France, as you know, they were against Jesuits, so now they are happy. Many people rejoiced and waited for such opportunity. So we also need some opportunity like that to throw away Jesuits. So they were waiting for that such opportunity, but that opportunity came little earlier. Father Navel, he's working as a trading of colonial produce. So what happened once these tradings and all happening, some of his ships were taken, captured by the English. So he went bankrupt and he had to pay the debts. So these creditors sued Jesuits. Jesuits has to pay, but Jesuits made a big mistake, surprising mistake. There they went to appeal to the Parliament of Paris. They appealed to the Parliament of Paris. There, because of the influences and all, Jesuits had to pay all the money. It says Jesuits has to pay all the money. And another thing happened about the controversial of constitution. Like in Jesuits constitution, it's Pope more than everything. So they were saying, so King is more than all, but you are saying you are giving more priority to the Pope rather than the King. So, and afterwards many parliaments came up, and all the parliaments were giving pressure, but Jesuits did not change the constitution. He cannot change the constitution. They were sticking to the old constitution of Loyola. Then in France, because of this, in 1764, they were ceased to exist in France. Two options were given to them: leave the order or leave the country. Most of them left the country. In Spain, before Charles III, Jesuits were very favored with the kings. But when Charles III came, Aranda, an anti-cleric, he became the prime minister in 1766. Brought the issue saying that people are against Jesuits. Charles III believed, because when he was in Naples, his Tonchi, his minister, he directed him in that way. Jesuits are bad. So he believed Aranda, and he signed the document of Aranda. So 2,792 Jesuits who were in Spain, they were asked to go, and Jesuits from the colonies also, they have to find the new refuge in papal states. And now we have popes Clement 13 and 14. Clement 13, he favored Jesuits. He was not listening to other people. He favored Jesuits. Though since many complaints and all came up, he called a consistory to examine. That means he called some cardinals to examine on it. But in that examination itself, he died. In between, he died. So next pope, who has to be elected as the next pope, when the discussions were going on, the cardinals of Spain, France, and Portugal, they were demanding the suppression of Jesuits. If you are those who suppress the Jesuits, or who promise that he will suppress the Jesuits, they vote for him. So finally, Clement 14 comes in, but in the beginning he tried to not suppress the Jesuits, but he feared of schism and some other reason. He signed the suppression of the Jesuits. So, what happened to the Jesuits finally? Um, Documents, that document was valid only where it's spread in particular place. Uh, Frederick II of Russia, Catherine II of Russia, these people valued the ministry of the society, the education ministry, and all. They valued them, so they were keeping them safe. They were given protection. And some other countries also allowed Jesuits. They didn't say get out of Jesuits. Even in France, they were started teaching, but not as Jesuits. They were continuing their teaching mission. So, this how the Jesuits were suppressed.